I have been with Healthcare Partners for probably 2 years, and my experience has been absolutely terrific. When I go to a specialist, my records follow me. There's no need to actually provide any additional information. They know what's happened in my primary care doctor's office.
Become a healthcare partner today. Medicare open enrollment starts October 15 and ends December 7. Learn more about how you can become a healthcare partner at hcpnv.com.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell and Jason Koblenz. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Tonight on News 46, 3 people are transported to the hospital following an accident.
Senator Mark Hutchison visits Pahrump.
Integrity Taxi Service starts the new year off right. News 46 starts now.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget.
Good evening. It's Friday, January 3rd, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Jason Koblenz for News 46.
2 vehicles collided in the intersection of Highway 160 and Mesquite this afternoon. The roadway was blocked and traffic was diverted while Nevada Highway Patrol, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue attended to the accident.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall and Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall and Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
Original dispatch was for a 2-vehicle accident with injuries. Medic 5 arrived within a couple of minutes of dispatch. They found the 2-vehicle accident. They found 2 occupants in one of the vehicle, and the occupant in the second vehicle had stepped out. Their quick assessment revealed that there was 3 injuries. We've dispatched 3 medics. There was no entrapment. We did rescue a puppy who was trapped between the passenger side seat and the console of the vehicle, and a second puppy was also removed. We don't believe that they're injured. Animal Control has assisted us today with the disposal of those puppies until the occupants are out of the hospital.
The puppies were just picked up. Somebody from Beatty came down to adopt these animals, right?
It's my understanding that they may have just been adopted in Beatty. Again, they appear to be in great shape, and Animal Control will take care of them until, the occupants get out of the hospital.
So all are transported to local facilities?
At this time, all occupants have been transported to the local hospital.
And you also brought in the Rescue 15. Did you have any medically or physically entrapped people?
There was no one today that was medically or physically entrapped in either of the vehicles.
And then we got Nevada Highway Patrol and Nye County Sheriff's deputies all on scene here. Anything else? I know that you're doing some cleanup of that Jeep right there.
We had a spill that resulted from the collision. You can see the radiator and possibly some motor oil has spilled from that vehicle. We've contained that spill. It'll then be absorbed and cleaned up by the tow company upon their arrival.
Senator Mark Hutchison is campaigning for Lieutenant Governor of the state of Nevada. The Republican senator has the support of Governor Brian Sandoval.
Well, the campaign is going great. I had a wonderful opportunity to come out to Pahrump and to come to the men's breakfast this morning and to talk about the political issues that were important to them and the economic issues that are important to them. And I just had a wonderful experience with these great Americans and great Nevadans out here in Pahrump.
This breakfast held at the Pahrump Nugget is kind of lively, right?
Oh, it's very lively. You better have your A game. And you have a lot of people asking questions, a lot of people who know a lot about various issues and challenges that are important to them. And it was a great opportunity for me to be able to respond to them and interact with them. But they are very lively, they're very smart, and they know what they're talking about.
This is part of what they call the rurals. Tell me what you think about the importance of the rurals and how it affects even to your campaign, much less the economy, the well-being of Nevada?
Well, first and foremost, I love the people who populate rural Nevada. And we've got a lot of rural Nevada, and one of the great things about running for statewide offices, you get to see all of this state. And those who populate rural Nevada are wonderful Nevadans, great Americans. They've got great values, and they have some concerns that are different than maybe other parts of the state. And so the only way that you can really understand their concerns and their issues is to get out here and to talk to them and to dig down deep and to understand what they want you to focus on in your public service, because that's really what it's about. We got to focus on the individual issues and the subjects that are important to people here in the rurals.
Why did you decide to run for lieutenant governor?
Well, I thought it was very important that we have somebody in the executive branch of government who can protect Nevada's constitutional rights, who can promote economic development and job creation, somebody who could be a very close partner with the governor and do all that we can to move forward Nevada from a jobs creation aspect, from an economic development aspect, and ensuring that Nevada's constitutional rights are protected. And I've got experience in all those areas. As you know, I was appointed by the governor to represent the state of Nevada in the constitutional challenge to the Affordable Care Act. And that was a major constitutional challenge by 27 states, including the state of Nevada. And it was my privilege to represent the citizens of the state of Nevada, and I want to continue to fight for Nevadans.
And for part 2 of Senator Hutchinson's interview, you can tune into Monday's broadcast. Of course, you can see the whole thing on KPVM's YouTube page. And for more information on the senator's campaign, you can find him on his website. 3 couples who successfully challenged Utah's ban on same-sex marriage are asking the United States Supreme Court to deny the state's efforts to stay a judge's decision tossing the ban. On December 20th, District Judge Robert J. Shelby ruled that Utah's voter-approved ban on same-sex marriage violated due process and equal protection provisions of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. The state has appealed 3 times to the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, which denied those requests. Since Shelby ruled against the laws December 20th, nearly 1,000 same-sex couples have married in Utah.
And after the break, Marty Salt has some techniques that may help cancer patients better manage post-traumatic stress.
The invisible scars left behind after a child has cancer.
It's the first thing I think about when I wake up, and it's the last thing I think about when I go to bed.
How families can learn to identify post-traumatic stress, next on Prescription Health.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Albertsons. You're in for something fresh.
Just like a soldier returning from battle may experience post-traumatic stress, so too can the loved ones of cancer patients. The life-threatening diagnosis can leave families living in intense fear, overwhelmed by a sense of helplessness and avoiding people or places that trigger bad memories. Marty Salt has the story.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
When 12-year-old Sammy Bradley began falling asleep at baseball practice, he knew something was wrong.
I just wasn't feeling the same, and I didn't feel like me.
The diagnosis, AML leukemia.
Honestly, I pretty much fell to my knees and blacked out.
He endured 6 months of chemo.
I met a lot of people in the hospital, and I was the only one to walk away alive.
Including losing his best friend, Noah, to cancer.
He's the only person I knew that would understand how I felt.
4 years now in remission, the experience has not been forgotten.
I know that these guys don't know, but there's days where I can just start crying for no reason at all.
Intense fear still plagues Sammy's mom.
What do I do? We're okay, but are we okay, you know?
Dr. Ann Kazak says these traumatic stress symptoms are more common in parents than people know.
It might be bad dreams, nightmares. It might also just be that you're walking down the street and all of a sudden you're back in that moment.
One study of 171 mothers and fathers of cancer patients found all but one had post-traumatic stress, closely related to PTSD, something Dr. Kazak says affects about 1 in 3 parents. Her best advice? Focus on what you can control.
It's almost never helpful to worry too much in advance.
And find support.
Sort of reflect on the fact that you are in a war, against cancer.
A fight Sammy's family accepts.
It's just a huge part of who I am today.
I'm Marty Salt reporting.
Well, there's things that parents can do to help with traumatic stress symptoms. Relaxation techniques such as visualization, deep breathing, yoga, and meditation may be helpful. Both healthcare professionals and parents looking for information about medical trauma can log on to healthcaretoolbox.org.
Nevada DMV's computer system experienced a communications outage early this morning, shutting down all applications and causing delays at DMV offices across the state. The failure was a recurrence of a December 29th shutdown caused when an air conditioning system failure created a water leakage in the agency's server room that triggered a server shutdown. This morning's shutdown caused delays at DMV's 16 offices statewide and was remedied by about 8:30 a.m. The agency's Information Technology Division is troubleshooting the problem this morning to determine if there was residual damage from last week's outage that caused the recurrence. The shutdown was not related to increased demand from Thursday's first day of applications being submitted for the driver authorization card. The DMV has also added that from 8 p.m. tonight to 2 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday morning, the DMV's online access will be shut down for repairs.
Jim Jimerson from Integrity Taxi stopped by the KPVM TV studios to give an update on the services they have to offer our community in the way of transportation.
We started on December 9th, and we've been very, very surprised and pleased with the turnout. People really have been starved for quality and reliable transportation, and we've been able to hopefully fill that void. And we had a great New Year's, and we want to thank everyone for selecting Integrity, and we're going to be here now for the months and years ahead.
You must have had a busy New Year's here. You offered a little bit of a deal for people to get rides around town.
Yeah, we did. $10 for anywhere within the city as a flat rate for the New Year's area. Just make sure everybody got to their restaurant, to their homes safely, or whatever destinations they were. And it was a real positive give back by Integrity to the community for their support.
Let's talk about the vehicles and the services that you have to offer.
Well, we have 5 vehicles, 4 that are on taxis, and then we have a shuttle, as you know, from Pahrump to Las Vegas. Right now leaves at 7 in the morning, returns at 5 or 5:30, depending upon what the person's need. We're actually able to tailor it a little bit. If you need to go a different spot, we can work that. It's $24.95 one way, which is a lot cheaper than if you're going to take an individual limousine or if you take a individual taxi that distance. So it's a great value for the persons here in Pahrump.
And accommodations inside these vehicles, because I know they're all brand new and they have some special kind of options or services that you can provide for people, because we have an older community here, right?
That's exactly right. Well, we also have the ability to do ambulatory medical rides. You know, the use of the Scion, a Toyota Scion, allows the placement of a full wheelchair in the back while still allowing the person to have a chauffeur driving experience in the back seat of our taxis. They're all brand new vehicles, and so we're very, very pleased with that, and the reception to the community has been unbelievable.
You have how many drivers?
We have right now 12 drivers. So we have 6 extra board and 6 full-time drivers covering 24 hours, 7 days a week, every day. That's an unusual feature here. We're trying to make sure that everybody knows that 4 in the morning, you need to go somewhere, we're there for you.
Exactly. Rides to the store, rides to the doctor, anywhere that they need to go.
Exactly right. Starting here within the town of Pahrump, but anywhere else within the county or into Clark County as well. We have their permit to take anyone anywhere within the state or outside the state.
If a person would like to use the shuttle to Vegas and back, do they have to reserve it ahead of time?
No, it's not necessary, but it's preferred. We like to know the amount of ridership. Welcomes are welcome. You can either start at 7 a.m. at the Pahrump Nugget or across the street at Saddle West, and then we go on from there. But if you could give us a 24-hour reservation, it would be appreciated so we can book and make sure that there's not an overflow.
And for that, you can go anywhere. It's not necessary that they have to go to a doctor's appointment or anything. You drop them off where in Vegas?
That's right. It's a fixed route right now, and we're subject to being changed as the demands of the community would suggest. Silverton, the airport, the RTC South Hub, and the Premium Outlet downtown for shoppers. But again, if we find a need, for example, they want to go to a movie house, the Red Rock Casino, where there's no movies here in Nye or in Pahrump, then they can do that. So we're adjusting that as we learn more and more about the person's desires and demands.
How can a person get in touch with you guys?
It's 751-1111 as we talk about my daughter's jingle that you'll hear all over K9 Radio. Karen Jackson's doing a great job there. But our daughter recorded a song, so it's 751-1111, 751-1111, the Integrity Taxi Jingle, which says it's reliable, safe, and fun.
Nye County taxable sales rose 3.5% in October compared to the same month in 2012. Overall, Nye County taxable sales figures increased in October from $55.1 million in 2012 to $57 million in 2013. For the first 4 months of the fiscal year beginning July 1st, county taxable sales increased 26% from $186 million to $235 million.
We'll have more local news after this break. Stay tuned.